Now, a Hutch's weather update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson, brought to you by Robert Gibb and Sons.
And hello, everybody. I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson with an update for you. First, a word from my sponsors at Robert Gibb and Sons. Hey, flooding could be a risk for many of our areas as we go through the next 2 days on this Monday and Tuesday here in mid-June. My friends have a sump pump replacement. Now, you can get this pump of yours professionally checked for $135. It's a full inspection, and that fee is fully waived if your system needs replacement, and that deal is a special through the end of June, $550. Stay dry and save, a sump pump replacement special from Robert Gibb and Sons. It's that time of the year, heavy rain, and good morning to you, Simon. Thank you for joining me here on Hutch's Weather. A lot to talk about. There's a little bit of an update for you on the risks from today's storms, the aerial coverage of today's thunderstorm activity expectations. We'll take a look at that timing for you so you can plan your day. And also, one of the things that is going to be a concern with this system for us is going to be flooding and flash flooding in the areas of thunderstorm rains, because that's what's going to move through first. So we're going to go over those risks as we go through. But first, let's take a look at what we have going on with regards to the risk area. So that's where we're going to start things out here. This has changed a little bit. The slight risk extends through Fargo, Moorhead, Bismarck, and you can see right here in the areas of yellow, that's where we'll have that chance or best chance of severe weather today. The green area is called a marginal risk, and this is a level 1 on a 5-level scale, and that means storms will be strong and some could flirt with severe levels as we go through the day. Northern Minnesota, the Arrowhead and the Duluth area, all of northern North Dakota. The slight risk, though, we could see several or numerous strong to severe storms. And the hail and the damaging straight line wind will be the main severe threats as far as damage is concerned, but obviously flooding can also be a significant and damaging concern as well. So this is the risk area today. As far as tornadoes go, the risk in our area is quite low for any spin-ups or tornadoes today. The greater risk of that will be on the south side of the storms as we go through. Now, tomorrow, storms will continue in our area, but in the afternoon, storms are expected to become severe again in our eastern counties. So where you see the green, same thing goes, level 1. Maybe storms flirt with severe levels, but out toward the east we'll have a risk, particularly in places like Hubbard County, Wadena County, eastern Otter Tail and Becker counties, down to Grant and Douglas counties. And tornado risk is indeed involved in the day for tomorrow on Tuesday. So what we're going to do real quick is take a peek at that forecast for you now and give you some updates on the timing for our systems. This is a hourly updated forecast model, so I'll go ahead and take a look at this first. And this hourly updated forecast model, as I sneak over just a little bit here so we can see a little bit more of Minnesota. There we go. Now, as we go through the hourly updated forecast, sometimes these change every hour, so keep that in mind. And no model does a very consistent job at pinpointing the exact location of where any individual thunderstorm is going to go. Keep that in mind. But what it does do is show us the aerial coverage of these storms and where they're going to be most likely. All right, here we go. We're going to let this load up and we'll take a look. Now, this morning, we do have showers in Watertown and Point South, and the showers and thunderstorms have been severe out toward Minneapolis, and those will continue to move off to the east. So that's going on now. These are strong, but they stay south, and they stay south for the majority of the day. So here we go. If we subtract 5 from this Z time, that gives you 1400 hours. This is 2 in the afternoon. We're still steering clear, but here's the main low pressure system developing out in the Rockies of Wyoming. The wind begins increasing from the south and west, and here is the initiation of storms to the south of us as we go through the early evening hours. Now, there will not be many storms at all in our area. They could be a couple of storms, but check out up north. Nothing going on at all yet. Now, here we go into the evening. This is 10 o'clock at night. So this is where the showers and storms become a little bit more numerous, but notice everywhere is not getting them. They're spotty. Spotty showers and storms, some severe. Particularly on the south side is where the stronger storms will be. Up north, Not saying that we'll have no severe storms or strong storms, but here's the timing then heading into the wee hours of the overnight. Notice this, all the way out towards Bismarck now this risk does ensue. So here's a low pressure center, and this is pretty late at night, folks. This is in the midnight hour. So we could have some strong storms working their way through with that hail and wind risk. And then the flooding rain potential really begins as we go through the overnight and into your Tuesday. That's when the heavy bands of rain set up. We could be talking some very heavy rain for eastern North Dakota here, northern portions of Minnesota heading into the nighttime hours. Notice things quieting down to the south as the wave works its way towards us. Now, this is where the storms go as we head into daybreak. This is your rise and shine forecast for Tuesday. Notice not much going on, scattered showers and storms, and then through the day, the low pressure is right over the top of us. And then in the afternoon, this is about the midday hour, boom, we'll get this development of showers and storms in the heating of the day with southerly winds becoming northwesterly as we go through the afternoon. So once the winds become northwesterly, your risk of severe drops down significantly. Okay, it's in these areas where we have the south wind changing over immediately to a west wind. That's where we'll see the thunderstorms firing. So our eastern counties will see storms initialize, then they move out to central Minnesota as we go through the night. And indeed, we could see a couple of these storms produce tornadoes, not widespread tornadoes. That's not what I'm expecting, but there could be some spinning storms as we go into the nighttime hours on Tuesday night. Joni, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Good morning from Park Rapids, says Lorene. Good morning to you. Burbank, Minnesota is included in this broadcast. Shirley, welcome aboard. Thanks for watching. Okay, so that's a look at the timing. The storms do not arrive until much later tonight, but what we're going to take a look at now with regards to these storms is a look at the rainfall potential that they have. So this is from the same model that we were just looking at. And we'll, pop over to the end on this. Do not pay particular attention to the number stamped like this one here in Grand Forks. Here in Thief River Falls says 2.9 inches, says 3.4 and greater inches in southwest Minnesota. And that's because we have storms ongoing from last night, storms ongoing right now, more storms in the forecast. The rainfall amounts in some areas could be quite high. Rather than paying attention to the individual number stamped in your area, I want you to pay attention to the potential this storm has, because identifying the precise location of where the heaviest band is going to be quite difficult. But let's just say this. As we go through the next 2 days, pockets of very heavy rain in excess of 2, maybe 3 inches of rain will be possible in and around our area. There could be some areas completely missed by these showers and storms. That's always possible. The most likely place of very heavy rain, though, is southern Minnesota, and much of our area has been placed in a flood warning. So I'm going to show you that now. This does include Fargo-Moorhead, and the flood warning is for the heavy rains as we go through the next 36 hours. Here you go, as we take a look at the radar. This brought to you by my friends at Precision Lawn and Landscaping. They can help you with all kinds of interesting things, but with all this wet weather we have around the area here, one thing that's been a problem for me, mosquitoes. Please call my friends at Precision Lawn and Landscaping, and they can help along with your daily lawn duties. They do wonderful work there. They're the pros, but they will also be able to handle the mosquitoes, spiders, bugs, and not only around the house, but the dock, your favorite hangout place, and it's family safe. It's pet friendly as well. So give my friends at Precision Lawn and Landscaping a call today. Hey, they work Lakes Country as well. Give them a call. Okay, flood watch is in effect for all of eastern North Dakota, Devils Lake, Grand Forks, Fargo, down to the South Dakota border, and almost all of Minnesota. Here's your active thunderstorm warnings. Those are heading out of parts of Minnesota and into Wisconsin for right now. So that's a look. All right, let's see. Yeah, the flies are horrible, Simon. I've had them bite right through my clothes, too. Some of them biting flies are just no fun. Marianne, thank you for joining from the Bismarck area. We already have some storms making their way through, and looking out to the west here for our friends in the big sky country of Montana. Let's go check out the radar out there. They are under a winter storm warning in and around Missoula. And if you take a look at the radar, this is snow, folks, out there that has been and will continue to be heavy at times. And some areas in the mountains here of western Montana, Idaho, we're going to see upwards of 1 foot of snow in that area. Let's see if we can take a look at some of the road reports from out there just as a bonus coverage real quickly here on Hutch's weather, because it's kind of fun to take a look at what's really happening, even though the radar is showing one thing. This is outside of Missoula, just off to the west, and well, we can certainly see that there are some low clouds out there. I don't see piles of snow. That's good. This is on the the 9-mile I-90 corridor out there in parts of very western Montana. How about west of Helena as we look out towards Deer Lodge? Seeing just some wet scenery there. That's good. I'm not seeing a lot of snow on the mountain peaks there. Let's get just a little bit farther to the west of Missoula out here. Well, I'll take Anaconda. Let's look at that pass. There you go. There's some snowflakes for you. Ooh, look at that lake, Georgetown Lake, on Montana Highway 1, getting some snow accumulation on the grassy areas. So winter storm conditions, particularly at the higher elevations for our big sky country neighbors in Montana. For us, severe storms are going to be possible. It's going to be late, folks. We're not talking after dinner or around dinner. We're talking for our area, the best chance of storm development is going to be after 8 o'clock at night. And that severe weather could last into the overnight hours. Bismarck's included. Fargo is included. Our northern counties have a lower risk of severe weather. You're in a marginal risk, but there's going to be a flooding risk for all areas. So flooding and flash flooding may indeed be the number one concern as we go through the overnight into your Tuesday morning. Overnight storms could be severe with hail and wind. I will be here to keep you covered on all of that. So that's your update. I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Yuck, says Lorraine. Snow, says Simon. Not enough to ski on that picture we saw, but there are some places in the high country there that are likely seeing some pretty intense bands of snow out in the big sky country of Montana. You all have a wonderful Monday. I'll be back a little bit later with an update to the timing and track of the storm system as necessary, but you're going to see a lot of me tonight. So if storms approach your area in the late night hours, well, keep Hutch in mind. I'll keep you on top of the weather.